Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi. How you doing? How's everything going? We all know that Africa is waking up. Large parts of Africa are already awake, and there's so many signs. As I always say, pay attention to the signs, family, because you'll see everything you need to see. And you know, the way I see, remember, I've done a couple of shows recently talking about the presidents of our nations and how they are totally out of touch with what is going on the motherland, and the renaissance and the transformation of the people's minds, of the people's ambition, of the people's hopes and dreams for themselves. And that is the engine, that is the fuel that is driving the transformation of the motherland. And it is going to happen whether these guys are there or not. And what I'm talking about, family, is the Africa Summit in Africa, Italy Summit. You see how they do that? It's all about optics and controlling the narrative, family. So there's a Africa, Italy conference, and 20 African nations who have better things to spend their money on have gotten on planes with their 20, 30 people to go to Italy, a collapsing economy. Western Europe is no longer anywhere on anybody's map, family, for an Italy-Africa conference. These guys aren't even proud enough to realize, at least if you're going to have such a conference, which is not helpful at all, it should be Italy-Kenya or Italy-Tanzania. But you see the optics of that? 20 African presidents rushing to Italy. What does Italy have to offer? And right now, Italy even has a far right, almost like a Nazi government in place. They just elected. They're trying to, end immigration and all these things, but their own people are suffering there and they're going there. And the only reason I'm even sharing this story, family, is because it proves to me that our leaders are totally out of touch. Because that season is gone. Our president here, family, he's been going to the US, he's been going to Germany, he's collecting money like a beggar, like begging bowl in hand. Because they're not creative enough, or spiritual enough, or dynamic enough, or anointed to see that that's not where it's at. A lot of people talk about how, Africa, we're always complaining of colonization and all these things, but it also happened in Asia. But look how Asians have taken off. Because they removed their lips from the tit of Babylon, and they did some adulting and they grew up. And so, when I see something like this, family, you can read all about the Africa, Italy. So even that is wrong, because it's not even Africa, Italy. It's been put Italy, Africa. You see, our people don't understand the power of narrative, the power of optics. Because Italy, which is fading now into non-existence, all of a sudden, all these 20 presidents are taking all the energy. Because whoever you're begging is your God. They're taking all the energy and going for a ritual in Italy and propping up Italy when Italy is nowhere. And it tells me that, the only bad thing about this, family, is that it's looking more and more like we're going to have a revolution on the motherland. It's not even about us anymore. It's about the ancestors being sick and tired of being sick and tired. And now that we're in spiritual time, we're going to see a lot of maneuvering. Over 90% of the presidents who are in Italy right now are not going to make it into another season of presidency. Because everyone is talking about this. Kenyans were making this trend. People with 1 million, 2 million subscribers were talking about what does Italy have to offer us with a fascist leader? Why are our leaders going there? And so they are not big enough to see the new Africa. And this is why they're going to lose their presidencies. But those are stories for other days. Thanks to every single person that supports us on Patreon. Family, continue to support us wherever you can, because we have chosen to be an ad-free, well, not to be entangled with YouTube, but we really do rely on our Patreon and PayPal supporters to keep the show going. And it's not even so much about bringing the news to our people, but putting an alternative narrative into the atmosphere so that we can overcome and win this mental war, which is all it's about. Bottom line. TUKO, PAMOJA.